students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. My name is Parul Rana and I'll teach you English. So let's start with the chapter, the sentences. A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense by itself. So sentence is a group of words which has its own meaning. Read the following groups of words. Birds fly in the sky. The sun sets in the west. January is the coldest month of the year. So these sentences have the meaning. Each of these groups of words makes complete sense. Therefore, they are sentences. So these sentences makes a complete sense, has some meaning. Kinds of sentences. There are 5 kinds of sentences. So how many types of sentences we have? 5. Number 1, assertive sentence. Number 2, interrogative sentences. Number 3, imperative sentences. Number 4, exclamatory sentences. And number 5, optative sentences. So let's study about these sentences. Assertive sentences. An assertive sentence is a group of words that expresses in a positive or negative manner. An assertive sentence is also called a statement. So, assertive sentence is a sentence in which we expresses in a positive or a negative manner. Means some work is happening, that is positive manner. If something is not happening, that is a negative manner. And it is also called a sentence. Read the following examples. Aradhya always stands first in the class. The students had not completed their homework. All these sentences tell us something in a positive or negative manner. Therefore, these sentences are assertive sentences. So, in these sentences, we have something happening in a positive manner and something in the negative manner. Assertive sentences, affirmative sentence, negative sentence. So, we have 2 types of assertive sentences. First is affirmative and the second one is negative. Affirmative sentence, it conveys positive response or meaning. Negative sentence, it conveys negative response or meaning. So, affirmative sentences are the positive manner, means we have a positive response and a meaning. And in negative, something is happening in a negative manner, or we having a negative response or meaning. Look at the examples. Affirmative sentences, negative sentences. So first we'll have affirmative sentences. They went to their house. You were taking rest at night. He always wins the game. She has a harmonium. She washed her clothes. So in these sentences we are having some positive response, meaning some work is happening. Negative sentences, they did not go to their house. You were not taking rest at night. He never wins the game. She does not have a harmonium, or she has not a harmonium. She did not wash her clothes. So in these sentences, we are having a negative response, means the work is not being done. Interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence is used to ask a question or to make some query. So what is an interrogative sentence? Where we are asking some question or a query. Read the following examples. Where do you live? Question mark. Are you an intelligent girl? Question mark. Here, all of these sentences end with question mark and ask questions. Therefore, these sentences are interrogative sentences. So, these sentences, in these we are asking some or the other question and it ends with a question mark. There are 2 types of interrogative sentences. And again, in interrogative sentences, it is divided into 2 parts. Interrogative sentences, yes, no type questions, question word questions. So the 2 types of interrogative sentences are yes or no type or question word types. Number 1, yes no type questions. When to answer a question, only yes or no is required. These questions are asked. Means whenever the response is only a yes or a no, then that type of interrogative sentence is called yes-no type question. Examples: are you ready to play? Or do you have a fun? Remember, a yes-no type interrogative sentence begin with a helping verb, and this type of interrogative sentence always begin with some helping verbs like are or do in these. Number 2, question word questions. When the complete answer of a question is required to give information about other facts, these questions are asked. And when we ask a question and a complete response and answers are required, that type of interrogative sentence is called question word questions. Examples: where are you going? How are your parents? Practice time. So students, you will do this exercise at your own. Imperative sentences. An imperative sentence expresses an order, command, request, proposal or suggestion. So in imperative sentences, we express some kind of order, command, request, proposal or suggestions. Read the following examples. Obey your parents. It's an order. You should help the poor. It's a suggestion. Do not make a noise. It's a command. Please give me your book. It's a request. An imperative sentence ends with a full stop. So imperative sentence always ends with only a full stop. An imperative sentence tells someone to do something. Imperative sentences which give suggestions generally begin with let us. So imperative sentences are that we are telling other people to do some work or something. And imperative sentences where we give suggestions are generally mostly starts with let us. Examples: let us have some food, let us play in the park. These are some kind of suggestions. Exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence is used to express some sudden feelings or emotions. So here what we express? Some sudden feelings like some kind of a surprise or shock. Read the following examples. What a beautiful flower this is. How beautiful the scenery is. Alas, his father is dead. So here we express some kind of like feelings, some emotions which are like shocks and surprises. Optative sentences. An optative sentence is used to express a wish, prayer, boon or curse. So here we do some prayers or give wishes to other people or some kind of boon or curse. Boon is like vardhan and curse is shrap. Read the following examples. May you live long. God bless you. So these are some kind of wishes. Practice time. So students, you'll do these questions at your own. Forming interrogative sentences. Most of the questions begin with question words like how, why, where, when, etc. But they can also be written without the question words. We follow certain rules to change the statements into questions without using the question words. So generally the question statement starts with the question words like how, why, where, when. For example, like these. And we can also ask questions without these words. For example, we have certain ways for that. First, we can also change statements into questions by changing the sequence of words. So, how can we convert the statement into question? Like just changing the sequence of words. Examples: Mukesh is a doctor. Is Mukesh a doctor? Question mark. So here we change the statement into the question. They are diligent. Are they diligent? Question mark. I am doing my work. Am I doing my work? Question mark. Second, we put do or does in the beginning of statements in the simple present tense. Similarly, we add did to the statements in the simple past tense and use the base form of the verb. And the other way is that we are adding just do and does in the beginning in the simple present tense and did for the simple past tense using the base form of the verb. Examples: you go there daily. Do you go there daily? Question mark. He reads daily. Does he read daily? Question mark. Note, the verb reads changes to its base form read by adding does. Sheena helped me. Did Sheena help me? Question mark. Note, the verb in the simple past form helped changes to its base form help by adding did. So in both the sentences, what we did, like accordingly to the simple present tense and simple past tense, we changes the verb to their base forms by adding does or did accordingly. Number 3, we also add do, does or did to statements that that have verb have as the main verb. For example, she has a car. Has she a car or does she have a car? I have a car. Have I a car or do I have a car? Question mark. Note, has changes to have when we add does. So here what we are doing, we are just adding do, does, did to the statements that have verb have as the main verb. So in both the sentences, what we did, we changed has to the have by adding does. My father had a gold ring. Had my father a gold ring or did my father have a gold ring? Question mark. Note, had changes to have when we add did. So whenever we are using just the have form of the verb, we have only single thing. But whenever we add did, do, does, we changes the form had to have. Practice time. So students, you will do this exercise at your own. Subject and predicate. A sentence is made up of two parts. First, subject, and second, predicate. Subject, the person or the thing about which something is said is the subject of the sentence, and predicate. Predicate is that part of the sentence which tells us about the subject. So, the two parts of the sentences are subject and predicate. Subject is something in which of the sentence we are talking about something, that is the sentence where to whom or about whom we are talking, and predicate is that part which tells what actually is happening about the subject. Read the following sentences. Subject and predicate. The boy swims into the pool. We went to the market. My brother is a good player. Rohan goes to school. We should respect our elders. All people are created equal. So here the subject and predicate of the sentences are separated. The subject is usually placed before the predicate and sometimes the order is changed. The subject remains the same in spite of change in its position. So basically what happens, the subject is written before the predicate, but sometimes we changes the order as well. But subject remains the same in spite of any change in its position. In interrogative sentences, the subject does not come at the beginning. So what happens in interrogative sentences, we doesn't write subject at the beginning. Example, who plays well? Where are you going? In imperative sentences, the subject is not expressed. You is understood as the subject. So what happens in imperative sentences, we doesn't express the subject. You is just imaginary. It is understood that you is the subject. Examples, close the door. It means you close the door and you is subject. Have the medicines regularly. It means you have the medicines regularly and you is the subject. It is understood. In exclamatory sentences, the subject is placed towards the end, and in exclamatory sentences, we always write subject at the end of the sentence. Examples: how wonderful the car is. The car is the subject. What an amazing picture this is. Picture is the subject. So students, we have done with the chapter. I hope you understood well. So do practice the chapter at your own.